I don't know about where you are, but here in Georgia in the middle of June, it is so hot, I feel like building a fire to cool off. But it's a wet heat, which means I'm sweating a lot, which also means that just drinking water is not enough. In today's video, I'm going to tell you a personal story of how that point was brought home to me in a very concrete way, and I'm going to give you some options on some things you can do to help fight the effects of dehydration and help keep your body in balance. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for trustworthy information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. And man, I can feel the sweat running down underneath my shirt. And by the way, just let me apologize right up front for the noise. I'm about 10 feet from an air conditioning condenser. I know it's probably a little background noise here, but there's no possible way I'm going to turn that off right now because I want to stay married. So please bear with me. So anyway, as I said, we're going to talk about dehydration, a personal story that really brought some concrete things about being dehydrated home to me. But first, because you know here at Survival on Purpose, we are all about the science, I made some notes. So just as a little refresher, dehydration, what happens is your body loses more water than you're bringing in through sweat or activity. In today's video, we're going to be talking about hot weather and sweat. There's a lot of other reasons you can get dehydrated, from diarrhea and vomiting and things, but we're talking about just hot weather activities today. So, and just a 1.5% loss of body fluids can really result in dehydration. So here's some signs of dehydration just that I looked up on the old internet, and they kind of could be different from older people and younger people. And I've got a 2-month-old grandson now, so this is really brought home to me because they can't tell you what's going on. But if it's an infant or young child, they could have a dry mouth or tongue. They could be crying with no tears. If there's no wet diapers for 3 hours, you need to get some fluids into that baby. Sunken eyes or cheeks, little soft spot sunken down on top of their skull, and just, listlessness or irritability, either one. For adults, it's a little different. They can be really, really thirsty, or not thirsty at all, have a headache, less frequent urination, your urine can be really dark colored, you can be kind of tired, fatigued, get dizzy and confused. A lot of different signs there. Basically, one good, easy indicator is the color of your urine. At gun site, in every bathroom, they have a little color chart, shows you. So basically, clear and copious is what we've always been told. We learned that in the Boy Scouts. Your urine should be clear and copious, so it should be pretty much clear and you should be peeing a lot. If you're not, you probably need to drink more water. But as I said, just drinking water can be dangerous because what happens is you're flushing not just water out of your system when you're sweating, you're flushing electrolytes out. And electrolytes, here's the science part again, are sodium, potassium, magnesium, chloride, and calcium. And they all need to be in balance in order to maintain healthy blood, heart rhythm, muscle function, and other important functions of your body. So that's why you notice when you sweat on your hat or whatever, it gets that white ring around it. That's like the chemicals and the minerals coming out of your body, the electrolytes. So you got to keep those back in there. So here's some symptoms of an electrolyte imbalance: nausea, fatigue, lethargy, vomiting, confusion, irritability, headaches, a fast pulse rate. One of the big things that happens is your sodium goes low. Low sodium is called hyponatremia. And signs and symptoms of hyponatremia include an altered personality, a lethargy and confusion, and severe hyponatremia can cause seizures, coma, or even death. So it's really important to maintain your electrolyte balance, especially on the sodium side. So let me tell you real quickly how I learned that, and then I want to tell you we'll tell you another quick little story about one of these things, and I'll show you some different choices we got here. So I was taking a fighting rifle class at Tactical Response about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And it was like in the 90s with the humidity like in the 90s. So everybody was sweating. And I was drinking a lot of water. I'm so used to working outside, like I don't just sip water. When I get thirsty, try to get out of the sun here. Can you see me better? I drink the whole, whatever little bottle of water at one time. And so I probably drank, I don't know, 8 or 10 of those throughout the day, plus at least 2/3 of a 3-liter, bladder. So I think I was well hydrated. I was peeing a lot. My pee was clear. But towards the end of the day, like at the very end of the day, I just started feeling really, really, really bad. Like I felt dizzy. I felt like I was just kind of couldn't catch my breath. I felt bad, really bad. One of the guys saw me and gave me a pack of this liquid IV, just some powdered rehydration powder. I poured it in a bottle of water. I drank that, and literally in 5 minutes later, I felt better. So that was just that was a real personal experience on the importance of maintaining an electrolyte balance. So we're going to talk about some different options now. I'm just cut right to the chase. So you may know that I've heard about salt tablets being in survival kits, and maybe if you were in sports when you were a teenager or whatever kid, your coach was giving you salt tablets. And that was something that was really, really popular a while back. Not so much now, because it's not really balanced. It's mostly sodium. Sodium is really important, and it's better than drinking just water, but there are so many better options now that we just, salt tablets are not really the best option, but they're better than nothing if that's what you got. So the first option we got that I'm gonna show you, and this is, I just gotta tell you a quick story about this one. This one was recommended to me by my friend John Abbott from Hog Holsters, which is a really good way to do a quick segue into a very quick promo for hogholsters.com. That's the concealed carry holster I carry every day, and you can save 10% at hogholsters.com by using the coupon code SURVIVALONPURPOSE, all one word. So there's that. So anyway, one more quick story, because you know me, right? So when I went to Gunsight a month and a half ago or so in Arizona, John took me out to eat. There was a guy with us that went with us. And I don't drink, okay? Maybe occasionally literally every 15th blue moon. But the guy that was with us said, hey, you need to do some do a drink of Jameson's with me. And I was like, well, I've never had any Jameson's. I think it's Irish whiskey. I said, okay, sure. He said, but you got to do this thing called a pickleback. I was like, what does that mean? He said, you got to chase it with pickle juice. Like, I can't stand pickles. Like, I go to Chick-fil-A, I get no pickles. If there's pickle juice on my bun, I don't like it. I don't like pickles at all. But I did it because he said it's the thing to do. He kind of, cajoled me into it, and I hated it. So the Jameson's was okay. It wasn't too bad, but the pickle juice was horrible. So anyway, I'll say that to say this. My friend John told me that pickle juice is really good for replenishing your electrolytes if you're really dehydrated. And he told me a couple of stories about some guys that really did help them. So I found these pickle juicers. This is just for John. John, if you're watching, this is for you. And I bought these. These were $4.19 at the grocery store for 3 of them. The guy I bought them from said, oh, you're doing picklebacks? I was like, no, I'm not. But never mind. So what I see about these is what they really are strong in is sodium. They have 520 milligrams of sodium in one of these bottles. That's 23% of your daily recommended allowance or whatever. So I can see how they certainly would be like taking a salt tablet. So they really might help you. If you're having hyponatremia, low sodium, then they certainly could bring you back. And that's certainly, if you're sweating out, you need electrolytes balanced, you probably need your sodium kicked up too. So certainly could use these. They're a little bottle, so that'd be handy. But I think for me, there's many better options. So although that one does have a lot of sodium in it. So let's talk about the old tried and true standby Gatorade, right? This is probably the most popular the most popular electrolyte drink there is. So let's talk about the first one. This is just regular Gatorade. This is Gatorade Intense or something like that, right? This one has 160 milligrams of sugar per serving, or 420, because there's like 2.5 servings for this. So 420 in here. So that's good. And 50 milligrams of potassium, or 120 milligrams of potassium in the whole bottle. So it does have sodium and potassium. Sugars are 22 grams, or 55 grams in the bottle. 57 grams in this bottle. And so there's that. And it's also got those really healthy blue one and red 40 dyes, because you just can't have enough dye in your system, right? And that thing's $1.25. Here's another one. This is zero sugar, which has the same sodium and the same potassium, but it also contains sucralose and acesulfame potassium. For me, I'm not down with that stuff. I try to avoid all those artificial chemicals, sweeteners made in test tubes. That's just me. You do you, okay? But this is probably the cheapest, okay? Next up the line, from as far as price goes, is the Body Armor Light, and I like the looks of this a lot better. It has no sugar added. It uses coconut water. This one has 700 milligrams of potassium and 820 20 milligram total blend. So a lot of potassium in here. Sodium is only 40 milligrams in this one. Only 2 grams of sugar, and it has also has some vitamins and minerals and stuff in it. So a little healthier for you probably, because it does not have, it uses coconut water. It's got erythritol, which is probably something made in a, it's a sweetener that's made in a test tube, I'm sure, but it also has stevia leaf extract. So there's that one, Body Armor Light. So I would pick this over Gatorade myself. Next, we have some powder drinks, and these are really handy because you can they don't weigh anything. You can put them in a backpack, put them in your day pack, put them somewhere, and just dump them in water, which is good. You don't have to carry the other bottles. So this one is the BioSteel. It's 7 packs for $8.99, and it has sodium, 140 milligrams. It also has calcium, which is good. It has magnesium. It has potassium. It has zinc, and a bunch of other vitamins and minerals. And this one has no artificial stuff in it. Stevia leaf extract, red beet powder for color, so it does have color, but it's beet powder, and sea salt. So this is probably healthier than the Gatorade. And it comes in several different flavors. And again, it's $8.99 for 7 packs. So just over $1.10 or $1.15 a pack. Next, we got Propel. Isn't this interesting? This one is 10 packets for $2.99. So these things are, I'm sorry, yeah. These are 30 cents a piece. So probably that tells you something about them, but they got 210 milligrams of sodium. There are 70 milligrams of potassium, a little zinc, a little vitamin C, some niacins, and they have sucralose and astaxanthin potassium. So they have test tube stuff in them, but they're cheap, and certainly it's better than dying of dehydration. And then next we have something, I just found this on the internet that they said it was good, just coconut water. Now coconut water has become very, very vogue lately. You can buy some really expensive coconut water. This is just regular old coconut water. I found this in the ethnic food section of the grocery store, and what it has in it, it has 55 milligrams of sodium, but it also has 230 milligrams of potassium, and it has magnesium, and it has calcium, a little bit. So, and a few other things. So, and it's just, so it could be another good option for you if you like coconut water. Then of course there's my standby, the one that I guess that I'm partial to this one because I feel like it could have saved my life. It certainly saved my afternoon. And it comes in a lot of different flavors. This is also $9 for six packs. So what, $1.50 a pack. And it has essential vitamins and minerals. This one has pure cane sugar, so it's 11 grams of sugar. Potassium, sodium, there's a little stevia leaf extract, and it has 510 milligrams of sodium, so mostly sodium, a little bit of calcium, a little bit of 390 milligrams of potassium, some other stuff, so vitamins and minerals. So you can check that out. I like this. Okay, this is one of my favorites for some reason. Then we have Pedialyte, which I meant to buy some Pedialyte, but I forgot. And it's they have it in both liquid and in powder form. It's very popular for a rehydration drink. I think it's got some of that test tube stuff in it, but it's also pretty readily available. And then finally, I just found this. I saw this. I picked it up. It's $3.79 for this one. And it doesn't seem, you just squeeze it into your bottle, and it gives it some flavor. This one's lemon lime. They have all kinds of different flavors. But it also has sucralose and acesulfame potassium, and yellow 5 and blue 1. I don't know why they feel like everything's got to be pretty colored. Let's see. 80 milligrams of sodium and no sugar. So there's that one. It's a nice, handy little thing. You can keep it with you and squirt it in there. And there you go. Again, as I'd say, my favorite of these, honestly, both these I think are good, the BioSteel and the Liquid IV. It'd be hard to compare them, but I will. So I think the BioSteel has more calcium. It has more calcium. It has more magnesium. It has less sodium, 140 milligrams versus 510. So this one may jumpstart you a little better because sodium seems to be one of the primary things that you really sweat out because of the salt, right? So Anyway, as I'm doing right now, and the sun's just going down. When I woke up this morning, it was like 90 degrees and 80% humidity. So anyway, times like these, it's really important to make sure you stay hydrated. And you can sit, or you can just sit in the air conditioning, but that's no fun, right? You got to get out and do the things we got to do. Or maybe, like some of us, work outside, work a lot. Sometimes you can get sweat. I get all sweaty just walking to my truck in the morning. But it is really important to make sure that not only do you stay hydrated with some water and liquids, but that you maintain your electrolyte balance. Because you don't want to have this. I mean, I was feeling really bad. I thought I was going to, a couple times I thought I'm about to pass out here in front of all these guys. And not only would that be embarrassing, it could be dangerous because, you could hit your head and stuff. Anyway, I just wanted to make this video to stress to you the importance of not just staying hydrated, but making sure you maintain that electrolyte balance. And just, again, for my money, either one of these is really good. Or get them both and mix them up. They taste good. They give you some flavors to the water, and they have a very, very good function as far as keeping your body in balance. And they're just lightweight. This whole thing weighs nothing, so really easy to take with you. So anyway, I'll shut up now. I'm rambling. I hope this has been helpful. I really appreciate you watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. And remember, stay hydrated. I'll see you next time.